Hello, brothers and sisters. Jim Beckwith reporting here at End Times Prophecy News. I'm going to do all of most of today's news here that I think is really important. Do you think that maybe Justice Brett Kavanaugh might get impeached? Well, look at this headline. Does that click anything to you? That slam dunks the whole Christine Blasey Ford accusations, going through court and slandering and making her out to be a total flat-out liar. All four people Christine Blasey Ford identified says the 1982 party never even occurred. Don't you wish we would have heard this a long time ago? A year ago when we went through all this? Take a listen to this from Fake News is the one who brings it on. Jen Crawford, kudos to her at CBS.
Thank you.
Kavanaugh was narrowly confirmed after a gut-wrenching day of testimony from him and Christine Blasey Ford, who accused him of assaulting her at a high school party. Speaking publicly for the first time to the Times reporters, Ford's close friend Leland Kaiser, who Ford said was at the party, said she didn't believe Ford's account and that it just didn't make any sense. She also said she told the FBI that Ford's allies pressured her to say otherwise.
Ooh. Now, all four people that Ford identified as being at that high school party in the summer of 1982 have now said no such party occurred. And today, both the Republican chair of the Senate Judiciary Committee and the Democratic chair of the House Judiciary Committee said they would not support impeaching Kavanaugh. Nora?
Jan Crawford with that news. Thank you.
Did you hear that?
Nora? House Judiciary Committee said the Republican chair of the Senate Judiciary Committee and the Democratic chair of the House Judiciary Committee said they would not support impeaching Kavanaugh. Nora?
Jan Crawford with that news. Thank you.
Cry, libtards. This is a big slam on the Democrats. Big slam, especially for 2020. Folks, this is huge. Oh, check this out. This just came in minutes prior to us finding this out. This latest, Jim Jordan, representative, says this latest Kavanaugh accusation reminds me an awful lot of the Russia story. He would be spot on. It was all fake accusations. Democrats and the mainstream media press come out with a salacious and false accusation, and we can only learn the truth because of hard work by a handful of good reporters. Well, we have lots more. Hold on. Oh, actually, no. I wanted to go over to here. Yeah. Okay, so Trump says on more news here, Trump campaign drops a brutal clip showing top libs bashing Biden's fitness for White House. That's the top libs bashing Biden. President Trump's re-election campaign has put out a new video that features a slew of his gaffes along with top Democrats and political pundits questioning his fitness for the presidency. Now, if you don't know it, it is the deep state's idea to bring in Nancy Pelosi as chairman of the House and to bring Biden to the become the next president. It is their goal. So it would make perfect sense that Trump would attack his main contender, according to them. Quote, I think we are at a tough point right now because there's a lot of people concerned about Joe Biden's ability to carry the ball all the way across the end line without fumbling. Cory Booker says in the video, and I think that Castro had really legitimate concerns about can he be someone in a long grueling campaign, and has every right to call out. Let's take a listen.
President Obama reportedly told Joe Biden directly, quote, "You don't have to do this, Joe. You really don't."
That is not a joke. That is a natural fact.
I think Biden looked unsteady at many points.
Play the radio. Make sure make sure you have the record player on at night. The phone.
He's not the most polished speaker anymore.
The president my friend from Vermont thinks that.
Watching his long, winding answers that don't really make sense in recent debates has also raised the question as to whether that has gotten worse and whether he is up for this.
The fact is that the bills that the future president here.
There's a lot of people who are concerned about Joe Biden's ability to carry the ball all the way across the end line without fumbling.
Go to Joe 30330.
He looked kind of unsteady and almost deer in the headlights.
So what are we doing? What's going on right now?
He's not that good at this. I mean, he's clearly not that strong a candidate.
What? Go to Joe 30330? What on earth was he rambling about?
He's on his feet.
Anyway, my time's up. I'm sorry.
I think there are some concerns.
I think your time is up.
And they've been expressed by Democrats themselves.
Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
Over whether Joe Biden is equipped to...
Oh, wait a minute. Let's listen to that again.
By Democrats themselves.
Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
Is that not racist or what? That's racist. That is a white racist statement.
Over whether Joe Biden is equipped to withstand a very grueling campaign.
We choose truth over facts.
Joe Biden was really shaky, both because he was stumbling through his answers.
I'm the Vice President of the United States.
We choose truth over facts? He's lost it totally.
And also because the substance of those answers hasn't really gotten better.
Those details are irrelevant.
I think we're going to see growing questions, wondering if he has the mental and physical stamina to get through this campaign.
I love this place. Look, what's not to like about Vermont in terms of the beauty of it, and what a neat town.
But it was New
Obama
Hampshire.
warned Biden's aides to make sure Biden didn't embarrass himself.
Imagine what would have happened if, God forbid, Barack Obama had been assassinated.
Real conversation that is happening among Democrats. Has he lost a step? Is he too shaken?
I want to be clear. I'm not going nuts.
There are definitely moments where you listen to Joe Biden and you just wonder.
I think he said that wrong. I want to be clear. I'm going nuts, is what he should have said. You just wonder. Perfect. Perfect. A state of the art from the man and the art of the deal, Trump. All right. And then what else do I want to show you? Yeah. Check this one out from Gateway Pundit. New evidence emerges that Representative Ilhan Omar married her brother and is using a fake name. New evidence has emerged that Omar did indeed marry her brother. Well, we kind of knew about that. And that her real name may actually be Ilhan Nur Saeed. I think that's the way you pronounce it, but a resurfaced tweet from 2013 links to a now deleted Instagram post in which she refers to her father by the name Nur Saeed. The tweet was later deleted this morning. Happy Father's Day to Abu Nur Saeed. I am forever grateful to Allah for giving me the best father. But then she deleted it because she realized that she wrote her real name on there. Listen to this. In 2009, Omar married Ahmed Nur Saeed Elmi, who was the son of Nur Saeed. Now, you notice that Nur Saeed at first and middle? The surname. Your father is Nur Saeed, not Nur Omar Mohammed. So you're Ilhan Nur Saeed, says Imam of Peace out of Britain, I believe his name is. And you married your brother. Most Americans don't know that in most Muslim countries, the surname is actually the father's name. Resign. This means her real name is Ilhan Nur Saeed. Some examples for non-Muslims. Oh, and remember, this is from the Imam of Peace. Those not from Middle East and North Africa, number one, Muhammad Salman means Muhammad, the son of Salman. Muhammad Zayed means Muhammad the son of Zayed. Ilhan's dad is Nur Saeed. She's Ilhan Nur Saeed. As the Gateway Pundit previously reported in 2017, Omar swore under penalty of perjury while divorcing her brother, that she hadn't seen Ahmed and Elmi since 2011 and didn't know anyone who could help her contact him. Omar, who clearly has no respect for marriage, is currently going through a divorce from the father of her 3 children while she's having an affair with another man who's married currently. Anyway, Ahmed Hersi, her current divorcee, after she was caught cheating on her husband with her political consultant, who was also married, that I just brought up. The consultant, Tim Minette, was hanging out with Ilhan Omar in public with her 13-year-old son before he told his wife of the affair. Sick. An extensive report by David Steinberg in July revealed that in 1995, Ilhan entered the United States as a fraudulent member of the Omar family. That is not her family. The Omar family is a second unrelated family which was being granted asylum by the United States. Maybe she was in fear that she was never even going to get asylum. The Omars allowed Ilhan, her genetic sister Sarah, and her genetic father Nur Saeed to use false names to apply for asylum as members of the Omar family. The report explained Ilhan's genetic family split up at this time. The above 3 received asylum in the United States, while Ilhan's 3 other siblings, using their real names, managed to get asylum in the United Kingdom. I don't think she's going to be a congresswoman very much longer, folks. Steinberg reported that Ilhan Abdullah's Omar's name before applying for asylum was Ilhan Nur Saeed Elmi. Her father's name before applying for asylum was Nur Saeed Elmi Muhammad. Her sister Sarah Noor's name before applying for asylum was Sarah Nur Saeed Elmi. Her 3 siblings who were granted asylum by the United Kingdom are Layla Nur Saeed Elmi, Muhammad Nur Saeed Elmi, and Ahmed Nur Saeed Elmi. The report continued. As the Gateway Pundit previously reported, Omar's father, Nur Omar Muhammad, aka Nur Saeed Elmi Muhammad, is connected to the former genocidal dictator in Somalia, said Saeed Bar. Nur and other former Bar accomplices are living in the U.S. illegally. Boy, it just gets worse and worse, doesn't it? And then we're going to talk about this one. Trump questions Iran's denial of Saudi oil attack involvement, and also Trump says U.S. is locked and loaded after Iran threatened to go into a full-scale war with the U.S. Folks, Trump, who is Cyrus, is subduing these 3 communist dictatorship third world countries such as China, North Korea, and Iran. Just because China has a lot of money, there's still a dictatorship. There's still anti-God, anti-Christ, hate Christians. They're wicked. And all 3 of them, he's crippling their economy. Again, it's in your face Bible prophecy. And Iran doesn't have a chance. But here's the way you need to look at Iran, just like all Muslims who blow themselves up for 72 virgins in their heaven. Need to realize it doesn't matter if they succeed. They consider themselves a success even if they die and no one else dies. Because in their wicked little cult, if one of us dies in the family, 25 of us get to go to heaven. In Christianity, it is only by one man, Jesus Christ, the Son of God, who is the door into heaven. But in the wicked cult of the death cult of the world, you can get your family member will get you to heaven. Cuckoo, isn't it? Cuckoo. So anyway, it doesn't matter whether they win or not. The Muslims are bent on death for themselves and their family members. This is what they do. They never stop with the death cult. And that's what I keep calling it, because it's all about death. It's funny because one of Satan's other names in the Bible is death. That's right. In Revelation chapter 20, as we finish this, I will go quickly to that verse. I'm not sure if it's in Revelation 20. Yeah. And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death. Oh, Jim, that doesn't mean that's Satan. Oh, okay. All right. What does this say in chapter 6? The start of the rise of the Antichrist and the 7 years of great tribulation. Verse 8, and I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him. Are you starting to understand what this means? Hell is all the fallen angels and the lost souls that went to hell. Death is the name of Satan. Another name that God gives. So when you look at Revelation 20, and as it says here, the great white throne, which happens, is the third judgment. And it's after heaven and earth pass away. Okay? It's after the 1,000-year reign of Christ. It says right here, and I saw the dead, small and great, stand before God, and the books were open, and another book was opened, which is the book of life, and the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books according to their works. And the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them. You see, there are two kinds of dead here. The just who have perished, and then there's the dead that are in hell. You see? Because this book of life is talking about the dead who were judged out of those things. And the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them. But now what's in hell? There's no just man in hell. Never will be. And so these are all fallen angels and all people who have already, our destination is hell and the lake of fire. And what happens to them? Well, it says, and they were judged every man according to their works, and death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. You see, and so this also tells you that hell and the lake of fire have different judgments for different people who are more wicked than others. That's right. There's not just a generic hell and lake of fire. There are different judgments for different people. And there are different judgments and rewards for those judgments for those who go into heaven, who are in the book of life, as it says right here. Thank you for listening, and may the Lord bless. Let me be serious with you. I would rather that you donate to my ministry directly. I cannot survive financially to keep this ministry and new service going without your help. And we all know there are plans to shut me down again. But many of you would like to receive a gift or product as a token of my appreciation. And I don't blame you. Isn't it about time Uncle Sam started paying you instead of you paying him? It is about time. The federal government pays you your rent check. The government rents out thousands of buildings instead of buying them every year. This is all funded by the current $11.1 billion building fund in our budget. Get your free federal rent check today. Sign up with the Federal Millionaire, information here down below. Become a shareholder to receive federal rent checks for life by making a one-time investment as a shareholder. An IRS ruling declares this to be totally legal. This is no joke, no scam, and been for many years. The longer your name is on the distribution list, the larger your federal rent check grows. As inflation rises along with real estate, The government pays you more every year. Starting out as little as $1,800 a month would be your rent check. Wouldn't that be nice to receive every month a rent check like that? The federal government continues to raise your income as inflation rises. This puts an end to retiring with a fixed income that leaves you going broke as you get older. This will put a major dent in those people who hate their home taxes going up every year, wouldn't it? And folks, the price for this valuable information will cost you only $39 a year or $79 for a 2-year membership. Sign up today.